All right. I'm so happy to be joined by Jorian Donovan, the 6th overall pick at the 2020 OHL Priority Selection, one of the newest members of the Hamilton Bulldogs. Jorian, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Of course, of course. Just to get things started, how are you? How are you doing? It's obviously we're still rolling through these tough times, so just want to check in, see how you are.
Well, I'm good. It's you do what you can and you just hope for the best.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I know things are still closed, but we're kind of looking up here. Things are starting to open up, especially in your part of town in Richmond, Ontario, and your Ottawa. How have you been able to kind of make the most of this extended off season?
Well, I just spend the most time I can in the gym and try to get on the ice as much as I can, either ODR or just wherever the ice is free, pretty much.
It's pretty much all you can do. Have you been keeping busy with anything new or interesting? Have you picked up a new hobby? I know some people have tried to explore these new avenues while we've kind of been stuck at home.
Well, I've been just kind of keeping to school, but also I picked up a little love chess now, so I've been doing a lot of that now with my family.
Oh, that's a fun way to keep busy, keep social while you're inside, right? Awesome.
Exactly.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, I mean, it's obviously a dream come true for you to be drafted to the OHL, following in the footsteps of your father, who was, of course, a former Ottawa 67. So to be embarking on that same path as him, what does that mean to you and your family?
Obviously, yeah, like you said, it's a dream come true. I can't really put it into words. It's just kind of I've always looked up to him, and I just can't wait. I'm so excited that it's happened.
Yeah, I mean, back in April, all these months ago, I know you were pretty speechless when it happened. I guess you kind of answered my question, but have you been able to really find the words to describe that now that you're kind of well underway with the team, not on the ice, but getting to know them and just becoming an OHL player?
Yeah, I'm slowly starting to realize how special it is. At first, it hits you hard, and you're in shock, but it comes to you really quick, and it's an amazing feeling.
I'm sure it'll hit you that much harder when we finally get on the ice, right?
Exactly.
Well, speaking of your father, of course, a 67 for 4 seasons in the early 90s before embarking on quite the lengthy NHL career that eventually brought him back to Ottawa with the Senators. And now he's working with them as a player development coach. So from his OHL stint to his, I think, 15 seasons in the NHL, and now his experience working behind the scenes, there's definitely so much you can learn from him. I'm just wondering, is there a piece of advice or something that he said to you that has really, really stuck out as you prepare to take the next step in your hockey career?
The one thing is always just you gotta hate losing more than you like winning. That's kind of I'm super competitive. Anything I do, even in chess that we do now, it's crazy household when we play any game. So you just gotta live competitively and just try to win pretty much.
If I remember correctly, you're not really one to talk about yourself too much. But I know one thing you said is that your work ethic is something that really, really stands out. It's something you take pride in. And that's definitely great advice from your father. And that competitiveness definitely goes a long way. But what would you say makes your work ethic stand out so much?
Yeah, well, I was obviously born into a competitive family, so like growing up, always being competitive and wanting to win, you just want to strive for the best and chase whoever's ahead of you and just try to obviously be the best you can.
Well, I won't make you talk about yourself too much. I know that's not really your style, but I have to mention you have been touted for your smooth skating, which is something that really stuck out in your father's game as well. Is that something you kind of can credit to him for teaching you or instilling in you?
100%. Yeah, it's obviously you get your genes from somewhere, and obviously I got his skating from him. So I thank him for that. But that's all I can say. Pretty much is just I'm blessed to have good feet.
And Steve, Bulldogs GM, has definitely mentioned, you have this great hockey sense and ability. You push the pace offensively, but you also read plays really well defensively. I'm just wondering how you feel you really fit in with this particular group and the kind of team Steve is trying to build out here.
Pretty much I'll fit in any position he puts me in, and I'll just play my role, and whatever he wants me to do, I'll do it, and I'll do it the best I can.
And you're a lead by example kind of guy. And part of leading by example really does mean being that hard worker and having that strong competitiveness, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just pretty much you don't have to say anything, no chirping and stuff like that. Just put your head down and work, and it'll come to you that way.
Awesome. Well, looking back to April, when you were drafted by the Bulldogs, is there anyone on the team that reached out to you, congratulate you, and kind of make you feel welcome from day one?
Oh, I pretty much all the boys did. They all reached out, sent me a text on Instagram, and they all said congrats and said welcome to the team. So I was really happy to hear from them, and it was a great welcoming from them.
Well, of course, COVID-19 regulations have kept everyone from meeting in person up to this point, and of course, delayed the season as well. I'm just wondering how often you guys are kind of keeping in touch. I'm assuming you're meeting online pretty regularly and still maintaining that sense of team bond, I guess. And I imagine it's a bit of a challenge right now, but maybe you can speak to what the communication's been like.
Yeah, well, we do our Zoom calls and stuff like that, and obviously we text on Snapchat and stuff like that, and talk to the boys, get some conversations going. But pretty much, it's obviously, like you said, it's not in person, so it's just all you can on your phone and stuff like that. But still keeping in touch and starting to grow that bond from wherever we can here.
Is there anyone on the team you've really taken to so far? Someone who's really kind of taken you under their wing, or just someone you've really become close with?
I would say Lunar. He's a good guy. He kind of was one of the first ones to shout out to me, and he's kind of helped me along the way, give me advice and stuff like that. And he's been a great guy to me, so I'd probably say him. Well, but obviously everyone has, so I can't really just throw one person, but he would be the one. Great guy.
And now that you've kind of gotten to know everyone online, who are you really excited to be able to learn from when you can finally hit the ice in Hamilton?
For on the ice, watching them, probably I love Nate. I like how he plays. He's a good skater and stuff like that. I like watching him play, and I just want to see how he plays on like in person and see how to play against him and stuff like that would be really cool.
And what are some of the steps the coaching staff and the organization have been taking to ensure that you guys are ready to go when the season starts? Have you guys been doing any team exercises? Have they been sending you specific workouts to focus on? What's that aspect been like?
Well, obviously they've been doing Zoom calls and stuff like that. We got video and stuff like that on Zoom calls. They've just been checking in because we kind of have like our own workout plan and stuff like that with our trainers here. And then, they've been keeping in touch and always making sure we're ready to go and ready for when the puck drops.
That's great to hear. Next question is going to be a tough one. I keep asking this to everyone, and some people it's tough, some people it's not. But is there someone you're really looking forward to playing against when the season starts? And that could be, a former minor midget teammate of yours, or a former rival, or just someone in the OHL you can't wait to face off against.
Probably one of my buddies, probably Ben Bujolt. We've played together quite a bit, and he got drafted to London, so it'd be kind of funny to play against each other, and because we always used to like battle and practice really hard, so that I would love to play against him. He's a good buddy of mine.
Good answer. Okay, and looking at the steps that you've been able to take both on the ice and both off the ice, what are the biggest steps you've been taking to prepare for your rookie season in the OHL?
Biggest thing, probably just get stronger. They're bigger guys, older guys, so you just gotta keep getting stronger in the gym. But all around, just improve in everything. Just get stronger is the main thing. Work on your skills and just have fun doing it, though.
Do you feel you've gotten stronger?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's great. We got those questions out of the way, those tough ones. Now we're going to move on to the easy ones. Most people think they're the easy ones. So we'll get to it.
100%. Okay.
All right. So you were named the HEO's 2019-2020 Prospect of the Year after your impressive season with the Canada Lasers. What is your favorite minor hockey memory?
I have a lot, obviously played a lot of years of hockey, but one, I'm just going to say last year we won as a team, with the Canada Lasers. I can't say more than that, because if you win with a group, it's pretty special. So I would want to say that last year.
I figured you might pick that one. Okay. Favorite minor hockey coach?
Obviously this is an easy one. I got to say my dad. He's coached me quite a while and lots of years, and he knows a lot about hockey. He's been in the game, so I'm been very happy to have him as a coach for a long time.
Also thought you might pick your dad. So we're definitely on the same page so far. 2 for 2. All right. What would you say excites you most about living in Hamilton? Have you been able to visit at all and scope out the city a bit?
I haven't been able to visit, but I went there a couple of years ago for cross country, OSSA, and that was my first time in Hamilton. I didn't get to see too much, but I'm just pretty much, when I go down, I'm excited to meet the people and meet all my teammates pretty much.
Awesome. It's definitely a nice place to live. Lots of waterfalls too. So you got like the city, then you got the nice scenic part. So best of both worlds. All right. Well, we kind of spoke about this a little bit already, but in your own words, how do you describe yourself as a player?
I would just say I'm a very smooth skating defenseman. I like to join the rush, but I'm more of a two-way defenseman. I love defense, but I love joining the rush. I'm kind of the guy who, when we're down by a goal, I'm the guy to get one, or if we're up by a goal, the guy to stop one. So I'm just a guy you can put in any situation.
Definitely the go-to guy. All right. What is your nickname, and is there a story behind that nickname?
Well, as a hockey guy, it's pretty simple. You just take your last name and kind of like do something to it. So mine's Dono. So that's pretty easy. It's just Donovan, but you just take off the last part.
Dono?
Yeah.
Definitely easy to remember. All right. Hopefully this question is just as easy. What is your pre-game meal?
Pretty much whatever's on the table. I'm not picky. I just eat whatever.
Love that. Love that. Pre-game ritual. Are you a little more particular when it comes to a ritual, or just kind of go with the flow? Just
no,
like your
not really. I just have one. I'm always the first guy to put my helmet on. You'll see me like half an hour before the game with my helmet on. So that's the only thing.
When it comes to music, are you particular about the kind of music you listen to while you're getting ready? Are you the go-to guy in the locker room with the aux cord?
Absolutely not. I am not the guy you want to give the aux cord. I'm just the guy who will sit back and listen, and I'm really not picky at all.
Is it because of your taste in music, or you just don't want to have that responsibility?
I really just I like all music, so it doesn't really matter to me. Whatever's on, I'm happy with.
All right. Which road OHL arena are you most looking forward to getting to play in?
Probably Ottawa, because I like to see family and stuff like that, and come and visit them, and obviously play in front of them. That would be awesome.
Well, growing up in the Ottawa area and being the son of a former 67, I'm sure you attended a lot of Ottawa 67s growing up. A lot of Ottawa 67's games growing up, I should say. Is there a particular memory, a particular game, a particular series, or just something that really sticks out in your mind when you think back to those memories?
Not really, honestly. I've been to so many that there's a lot of great games I've seen, and one I really loved watching Travis Konechny play back in a while ago. It was really cool when I was young, seeing a young guy like that kind of dominate the play. But I've seen so much. It's been such a great experience just going to all those games.
And even thinking back to when your dad was with the Senators, I'm sure you treasure those moments very much. Is there something that kind of stands out when you think back to those years?
Yeah, I was very young, so it's kind of like when you're that young, you don't really understand how if your dad's an NHL player, you don't really get that, because it's kind of weird. It just seems normal to you, but it's when you really get older is when you find out how special it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, he's just your dad when you're younger, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Well, speaking of your dad, I mean, think we might have the answer to this question already as well. But is there an NHL player that you really looked up to growing up, and maybe an NHL player you look up to now?
Yeah, obviously my dad, he was one of them. Like, obviously he's been a huge person in my life and helped me throughout the way. But one place I'll say now who's playing now is I love watching Thomas Chabot on the Ottawa Senators. One person from Ottawa, hometown guy, so I get to watch him a lot. And he's a defenseman too, so I love watching how he plays and kind of learning what he does and seeing how he adapts to the game. So him for sure. But both of them, pretty much, it's I don't really know how to like. Sorry.
Just so speechless, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And because your dad works for the Ottawa Senators, have you been able to kind of like see the team much, I guess, behind the scenes? You get to go to the locker room and get the tour, get to speak to the guys much? I know now it's very different and there are very different rules, but in the past few years.
Yeah, I've been in a lot too. I've been there a lot. Seen the rink, seen the room, seen the guys. It's you just don't really know how special it is. It's crazy that you can just kind of go to the NHL rink whenever you want, but it's awesome. I'm glad to have it.
Yeah, it's definitely an awesome experience for you. Thank you so much, Jorian. It's definitely been a pleasure chatting with you. I hope you're keeping well. I hope you're keeping healthy and safe, and hopefully we get to see you at the rink again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you doing this.
Perfect. This is the newest member of the Hamilton Bulldogs, Jorian Donovan, who was drafted 6th overall in the 2020 OHL priority selection this past April.